Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Purrfect Date. I thought this music's very loud. Okay, that might be better. I can sort of hear myself. Though it may not be loud enough for you guys. Okay, so I saw this game in the trailer and I thought it was funny. So, how to play? Should we just jump right in? Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Okay. Not started. Currently playthrough. All time new game. Let's do that. Oh, okay. Let's Okay. Autosave notification. This is support autosave feature. Please do not turn off your game while saving. I am an angel and I accept. I'm a devil and I reject. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure how long we've been sailing, but it feels like forever. I'm not feeling too well now, so it's a huge relief to hear the deck lad shout. Island approach. Make yourself ready. I'm finally here. When I applied last month, I was just another broke student living off of baked beans and didn't really think I had a chance of being accepted to be part of the prestigious Cat Island research team. Yeah, here it is. The little black dot in the distance, growing bigger by the second, is the infamous Cat Island. The place I will call home for the next few months. Only a few months! My heart momentarily skipped a beat. What if there's been a mistake? What if they accepted someone else's application and accidentally sent the offer to me? I rummaged through my bag until I find the papers. DPRI? Not sure what that means. DP Corporation. Dear Spikemchi, we are pleased to be able to offer you the position of research assistant to Professor Popper at our research facility on Cat Island. The position will be for an initial period of 8 weeks. Your contract will be sent separately. We look forward to working with you. Yours sincerely, Professor Popper, PhD, BSc, Huns DPG. Okay. No mistake. That's my name. Right there in the top left hand corner. Spy Kimchi. And there's his name at the bottom. The genius behind the whole operation. Ooh. Pedestal much? Professor Popper. Science genius and my new boss. I look up from my papers to see dry land rapidly approaching before us. It seems to be surrounded by a huge barrier of impenetrable black rock. As we get closer, we're not slowing down, and I begin to worry that we're going to crash into them. Then, At the very last moment, we take a sharp turn to the left, and suddenly we're sailing smoothly towards the jetty. Towards a jetty? Through the opening. Oh. Through the opening in the rocks. Jetty. What is jetty? I blow out a breath that I have been holding and break into a smile. Nicely done, Skipper! The ferryman comes out from behind the steering wheel, ignoring my attempts at camaraderie, and shouts rather briskly. Take all your belongings, we won't be back for a few days, and don't leave nothing you'll need. Thank you! I smile weakly at the ferryman and his son and pick up my bags, ready to disembark. We glide seamlessly up the wooden jetty, and the son leaps ashore to tie us off. He's greeted by a bulky man in a uniform, who I take it to be security officer of some kind. That's a security officer to you? Joe. Oh, what's this game? Oh, you'll see. You'll see what this game is, loud donkey. You will see. Joe. Sir, caught you a mouse. And then he laughed loudly, as though... No, this isn't a dating simulator. It's a cat dating simulator. And then he laughs loudly, as though he said the funniest thing he's ever heard. It's very disconcerting. Ooh. The security guard remains surly and turns his attention to me. Let's be having you then. He holds out his large hand, which I assume is an offer to help me off the boat, but as I reach out to take it, he snatches it away, throwing me off balance so that I almost fall over the side. What a great start. ID card? Question mark. Oh, I see, of course. I reach into my back pocket and hand over the laminated card I was given on the mainland. Oh yeah. Cat Island Security. He barely looks at it before striding off, grunting over his shoulder. This way. This way. I follow him down the dirt track path to get my first proper view of the island. It's beautiful, lush and green. I already under its spell. Okay. After no more than a couple minutes trekking, we're at the base camp, which consists of an assortment of tents and huts. Among them are two more solid-looking structures, one larger and one smaller. I presume these are the labs. The whole camp is moderate and functional. Oh, okay. It reminds me of an army outpost. I'm struck by a lack of people. In fact, there is no one around apart from an older woman sitting outside peeling a pile of potatoes. I smile and give her a little nod, but she just stares back at me. I try not to get paranoid. Here. He stopped at the largest of the tents, indicating that I should go inside. I feel rude just walking in, so I make my presence known first. Ahem. Hello? A firm but friendly voice calls out, "Come." I walk in and there he is, hunched over some documents. The great Professor Pauper! Ooh. Your tent looks, a little disoriented there, bud. Sir! It's an honor to meet you! Yes, yes. You must be Spike MC. Come on in, my dear. Glad to have you on board. Good journey? Well, long. Yes, indeed. We're rather tucked away here. Ooh, we get to pick? Let me offer you some refreshments. Water, coffee, something stronger perhaps? Whiskey? I don't want tea, I want the coffee! I'd love a cup of tea if there's a spot on the go. Ah, I can tell you're new. The tea here tastes like cat piddle. You really don't want to drink it. Ooh! He pours me a cup of coffee from his canteen instead. It's a good thing I like coffee. It will take you a while to find your way around here, to discover how it all works, so for today, I thought I should get you knitted out. And maybe to introduce you to some of the locals. The cats, that is. I believe you've already met most of the human locals. Oh, I've only met the ferryman and the security guard who brought me here. Yes, that's about it. Ooh, shit. And the lady outside? Ah, Mrs. Marigold. Her and her husband are the caretakers. Wonderful couple. The Marigolds. You'll meet them before too long. We're a tidy little family here, Spike MC, and I'm sure you'll fit nicely. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5 people possibly? And the coming and going of the ferrymans? Thank you, sir. I hope so. Okay, so first things first. This is your basic kit. He begins going through a pile of things on his desk, explaining each of them in turn. This is your backpack. You can put everything in it. We will be going on plenty of field trips, so it will be very useful. As will your own water bottle. Some disinfectant hand spray. And these are heavy-duty reinforced gloves, which are essential when tagging cats out in the wild. Don't want any scratches from felines you don't know, now do we? I suppose not. I shove each item into my new backpack and he gives them to me. Or, what? Oh, as he gives them to me. Okay, I read that wrong. Likewise, these good goggles are to be brought along on the field trips. This lot here, he indicates a small pile of what looks like laundry, is basic uniform lab coats, masks, and stethoscopes, etc. Portable first aid kit, camping knife with all the tool attachments, so a Gerber. Finally, and without doubt, most importantly, this. He holds up something that looks like a mobile phone, except it clearly isn't one. This is your catalog. A catalog. Catalog? Yes, the name comes from the earliest version and was initially designed to record and store data on the cats, scan them, and log their details, but as you see, we've come a long way since then. Now you can use it to communicate with the rest of our team. I've added everyone's contact details for you. Listen to music, take photos, there's even a pen that comes with it to insert microchips. To insert microchips into the back of the cat's necks so that we can keep track of them. A pen that does that? Okay. It is a very valuable piece of equipment, Spike MC, and I need you to protect it above all else. You understand? He's looking me directly in the eye and clearly expects a response. Yes, sir, of course. I will look after it. Good, you'll get to know all the functions as you go along, but for now, I suggest we take a stroll out and see if we can just find a few friends to introduce you to so that you can try it out. He hands me the gadget, and I feel a bit nervous taking charge of it, but also really keen to have a go. Hi, Megan. We head down to the beach, and the professor explains things as we go. The mixture of the terrain on Cat Island is quite unique. Even in such relatively small area, you find the forest, mountains, jungles, beaches, woodland, all of these different geological and ecological zones in one place. It's really the most remarkable. It certainly is. Even the lack of wildlife is in itself quite remarkable. What do you mean, Professor? Well, put it simply, there is a type of force field that surrounds the island, disallowing anything to enter. You mean literally anything? Absolutely. No birds, fish, or creatures of any kind can penetrate it. Forgive my Forgive my lack of intelligence on this subject, but we're here. The professor lets out a disconcerting loud laugh. Ah, I see what you mean. Well, there is of course one small break in this invisible wall. That is where we built the jetty. But let's not get too bogged down on on all of this right now. What do you need to know is that basically the island is shaped like a peanut. He has picked up a nearby stick and draws a simple map of the island. This is our end of the island, and our end of the island, is very well known to us now. We've been researching here for many years. The other ends is not so familiar to us. We have encountered difficulties that have hindered our progress in region. Okay, hold up. Oops. This is so loud. Okay. Ooh, whoa! Is this a scary game? What type of difficulties, Professor? Well, we're not sure as we'd like to be, but what I can tell you is that the environment has an adverse effect upon humans, including nausea at the very least. And at the worst? Faint, migraines, possible nerve damage. Gosh, that is serious. As I say, it's best to keep away, but let's not go into all that right now, my dear. You've had a long day. For now, let's just say that we're refer to the far end of the island as the danger zone. With good reason. Are you questioning on whether or not you should be here now? I must ask you not to put yourself at risk by venturing beyond this mountain range here. He refers to the map once more, drawing a line just past the center and an X through the end section. Oh, okay. There are wild, aggressive cats out there. I wouldn't want you getting too close to them. Unlike our lovely fellows closer to home. He has led me to the spot where a few cats are lounging about. What do you say we try out your catalog now, Spike Kimchi? He stoops down and picks up one of the animals, disgruntled looking cat who was sleeping under the shade of the palm tree. The cat lets out a displeased mew, but doesn't struggle, its large body billowing with long orange fur. Just short of hangs in the professor arms and lazy resignation. Would you like to have a go at scanning this delightful chap? I find the on switch and somewhat timidly activate it. Ooh. The gadget immediately comes to artificial life, emitting a boop 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 sound with a red pulsating light. I select the app called Cat Scan and it loads instantly. There is no delay on this thing. There's a delay in my reading. The professor holds the cat towards me with the arms outstretched. I'm sure he said the scanning chip is implanted into the back of the neck somewhere, but it's difficult to find this one's neck amidst the thick cloud of fur. I blow to make the parting and pressure of the catalog to his skin. It's a bit like scanning groceries in a supermarket where I used to work. That should do it. And he plops the Marmalade Tom back into the shade. Marmalade Tom. Sure enough, upon withdrawing, I find the cat has been successfully scanned. Meow. Oh, look how cute that is. Floofy butt. Floofy butt. Name, Floofy butt. Gender, male. Age, 10 years, 4 months. Breed, red tabby, Persian. Eye color, red. Amazing! Clever, isn't it? A large part of your job here will be to tag and scan the cats, such as Mr. Fluffy Butt. Here, but this... Oh, there's Fluffy Butt here. But it looks like you have no problems at all in that area. Excellent work, Spy Kimchi. Thank you, sir. I can't wait to get started. Well, why don't you get a bit more practice with the catalog and scan the rest of them while we're here? These 5 spend a lot of time together. They're like, oh, I didn't read that. The professor seems to be a genuine cat lover like me. I think we're going to get along great. So I'm guessing they were like a little cat family. Okay, here it goes. No help this time. The professor steps back. The first cat I approach is very friendly, with beautiful calico marks, and it comes towards me, already purring. Ooh, meow! Trixie. Name is Trixie, female, 3 years, 8 months. Breed calico American shorthair. Eye color green. Aren't calicos like two-eyed color? Next is an elegant, sleek, hairless cat sitting gracefully in the sun. She doesn't pay me much attention and allows me to scan her with minimal fuss. Meow! I just saw the name. Snooty Booty. My name is Snooty Booty, gender female, age 11 years, 1 month. Breed Sphinx. Eye color blue. Is it one-eyed? It was winking. The 4th cat I approach is a nosy one. Meow, 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 meow. McMurphy. Name McMurphy. Gender male. Age 6 years. Breed brown. Crossbreed. Eye color green. And finally, the one I've deliberately put off until last. He's been sulking around the edges of the activity, eyeing me suspiciously, as though he could pounce at any moment. I laugh at myself, already projecting personalities into these animals. Hiss! Name Kibbles, male, age 3 years, breed white, British, long hair, eye color green. They have a lot of green-eyed cats. All done. I hope you enjoyed meeting some of the locals. The professor lets out a little laugh. I have a feeling you'll get to know them quite well in time. It's probably enough for your first day, don't you think? It's quite a lot to take in. I am suddenly exhausted and grateful to be heading back to camp. Oh, is this our place? It's quite late by the time I've unpacked and settled myself in, but I want to write in my journal entry before I go to sleep. I'm surprised at how chilly it is. I've pulled my sleeping bag right up to my chin, but I still feel pimples bloom over my arm. Shivering, I rub them and warm myself up. It makes me smile to think that this inherent reaction to the cold is what will be keeping my new feline friends warm tonight. My eyelids close thinking of cats, and the island, and the professor. The world around me drifts away as I float up into a dream. I'm not sure how long I've been asleep, but I awake to a violent jolt and leaves me sitting bolt upright. It's too dark to see anything, but I hear a rustling and then a strange electronic noise, one that, in my sleep confusion, I can't place right away. Boop, boop, boop. The catalog. Acting on instinct, I scramble to my feet and follow the noise out of the tent. I look around me and my fears are confirmed when I catch sight of the pulsing red light getting fainter in the direction of the forest. I snap into action, running as fast as I can. Barefoot dressed in my pajamas, running at full speed into the forest in the dark of night. I must be crazy! The words of the Professor Popper are running in my ears. I need you to protect it above all else. My legs are trembling beneath me. I stop feeling my heartbeat heavy throughout my body. I wheeze in and out, my breath billowing in front of me in white puffs. I shouldn't feel like this. Why am I so dizzy? I try to get my bearings and realize that I'm blundering perilously close to the danger zone. Ooh. I can just make out the shapes of large animals in front of me before my eyes close and I drop to my knees. Dot dot dot. I open my eyes. The calico cat I scanned yesterday is sitting in front of me. She drops the catalog at my feet. I pass out. Floofly butt. Hello, can you hear me? Move this out of the way. Are you okay, McMurphy? What is it? Don't be ridiculous, Kibbles. It's a human. Oh yeah? Yuck. I can smell it now. It smells like a human. Oh, do be quiet. Are they alive? Of course it's alive. It's breathing, you imbecile. Why isn't it moving? Would you come on and give them some space? Move back a bit. Yeah, stand back. Move out of my way. Let me have a proper look. I begin to come to. The Sphinx cat is standing over me as I open my eyes. We stare at each other for a moment while I try to take in what's happening. Is this one defective? Ugh, I feel sick. I'm gonna puke. The cats watch me intently. I'm going insane. Ouch, my head! What is it chattering about? They're scared and confused. Let me talk to them. Human? Are you alright? You! I remember! You took my catalog! Oh, but I gave it back to you. It's back in your pocket now. I try to reach into my pocket and realize my hands are scratched to shreds. Ow, 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 ow! What's wrong with my hands? I try to stand. Ow, ow, ow! My feet! What happened to me? Yeah, I guess that's from all the climbing? I told you it wasn't ready for that. What's that? Ready for what? Its anatomical structure is far too delicate. I tried to slow it down. Yeah, Floof. You try restraining a human who's that determined. It was like a margay. Margay? Its anatomic structure, that's a mouthful. Anatomical structure doesn't seem that delicate to me. I was like, what? Doing what? You made your own way back to the beach. Okay, but that doesn't explain... I show my bleeding hands. Ah, you crawled, Kara. Who's Kara? Kara? Who's Kara? That's not my name. It's a term of endearment. It's an Irish thing. It's inappropriate. Wait, I crawled? You sure did. Like a cat? Yep. All the way from the mountains? Like a bleeding mountain lion. Impressive. But why? Because you got the sickness. Shh. Maybe you should sit down, human. We need to have a talk. Possibly a long talk. Talk? Yes, that's right. Since when can cats talk? Oh, for goodness sake, since the dawn of time, how else do you think we communicate? Stop spittin' whiskers, Major. You know full well what the human is saying. I think the revelation here, Kara, is that you can understand us. Yes, that too. Will someone please explain what the hell is going on here? Well, I don't fully understand everything ourselves, but at least not all the details of how it works. I think being stood in a forest surrounded by a bunch of talking cats is about as much detail as anybody would want. I agree, and more to the point, we were rather hoping you would be able to help us. You are the scientist, after all. What we do know is that the clock has started ticking for you. What do you mean? Well, there's no easy way to say this to you, Kara. You'll be catified! I'll be what? Whether you help it or not, you don't have a lot of time before... Ahem. If I may, it would seem, and we are basing this on our experience to date, that when a human manages to find themselves in what I believe you call the danger zone, they are vulnerable in ways that they previously were not. That is to say, you're screwed. You're not helping. Don't make me. Whoa, Mountain Lion. There will be no violence of any kind. Forgive me for being a bit panicked here. The vulnerability in which Snooty Booty was referring is, simply put, if you are bitten or scratched by an elder cat within the danger zone, you will begin a process of change that will ultimately result in a full feline transformation. Transition. Whispers. Catfied! Catfied. So, basically you're telling me I'm a werecat? I look down and amongst the scratches on my right hand are 2 distinct puncture marks. The reality of my situation descends on me like a cold mist. Basically. Yes. My head is spinning. This is too much for me to take in. Take a breath now, Kara. You're not looking too good. What? Have I started to change? I feel my head for ears, for nothing seems to be normal. No. I just meant you're looking a bit shaky. Understandably so. I take a few deep, steady breaths and calm myself enough to say, okay, so why, how, what? Give me some data. What have you got so far? Look, we'll answer anything that we can, but the truth is, we have more questions than answers ourselves. So, you said you need my help. What exactly would that entail? Finding our friends would be a start. The cats on this island, they're going missing. We don't know what's happening to them, but the body counts are rising, and we've hit a wall. A wall of ignorance, maybe. Really, how many times do I have to tell you? The Muellers are to blame. The Muellers? Now, Floofy Butt. There's no need for name calling. Speaking of name calling, I'll remind you to call me Mr. Major, madam. Look, they can't help the way they are. It's lack of breeding, you know. Overbreeding, if you ask me. Again, Muellers? They're the elder cats, the island originals. They can't speak the way we can, hence the derogatory term, Muellers. And how are they to blame exactly? Well, if I knew that, there would have been no need for this elaborate kidnapping. It's hardly proving it to be a roaring success after all. Look, Kara, all we really know is that we are no longer safe on this island. The elders who live within the danger zone are hostile towards us. Not sure why, it's just always been that way. And now, because the cats are being taken, nowhere else is safe either. You expect the occasional mishap. We live in an undemesticated world here, after all. But lately cats have been disappearing almost every day. Even the last human we catified went missing. Wait, why would you catify somebody? Who'd you catify? I'm sorry, what? Let's not open old wounds, Kibbles. Yes, onwards and upwards. Well, first things first, this werecat thing. Catification! Transition! Whatever! How does it work? Time passes, then you transform into a cat. Yeah. It's a gradual process. It's different for everyone, but you won't just turn overnight. The clock is ticking, however. The first side effect of the transition is being able to understand us. Well, some of us. Not the elders, obviously. Not all domestics either. Then you have the whole heightened senses thing. The increased agility, the crazy body hair stuff. Let's not worry the human with all that. All the details just yet. Oh, I don't need to know. Okay. Is there a pamphlet? I assume there's an antidote? You're talking to a bunch of cats. I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed in that assumption. Hang on, you said there was someone else who you'd put in this position? Well, let's hope you're a better bet than they were. Unfortunately, they weren't able to discover the antidote or get our friends back. I know where their notes are, though. Really? Trade! Huh? You help us, and I give you their progress reports. What happens if I say do not help the kitties? So what do you say, Kara? Will you help us? Well, for the sake of the story, let's just continue. Not much of a choice, really, is it? Afraid not. Okay, fine. So where do I start? Is there anything you can tell me that will help me track down your missing friends? Will no one listen to sense? Start with the Muellers! And I'll eat my hat if it doesn't end there too. You have a hat? Whispers, don't mind him. He's set in his ways. We have every reason to believe the abductions take place in your part of the island. Yes. Nowhere near the danger zone or the elders. Well, that doesn't make much sense. But I suppose nothing does around this place. My catalog starts beeping. Oh, my alarm. I have to get to work. You run along now. We don't want you arousing suspicion with your people. You can meet us up later. Meet with us later. Kibbles. I'll make sure to report the ports are in your tent before this evening. Thanks, Kara. You're one in a million. Floofy bud. I imagine the odds are far greater than that, given your new health status. Go! And thanks for all of us. After a rather painful journey, I am very grateful to finally limp into camp. I have just enough time to get myself tidied up for work, and I'm about to peel off my filthy pajamas when I hear my catalog beeping. I have a message, but I can't tell who it's from. It's not from any of the contacts that Professor Popper programmed into it. In fact, there's no contract information at all. Message. Unknown number. Are you sure it is wise to trust everyone? Anyone? What on earth does that mean? Me. Who is this? Unknown number. There's a lot you don't know. Think carefully about who you confide in. Before I can think of a reply, the messages are gone. The messages are gone, and my catalog has no record of them. I don't have any time to think about this right now. I need to get ready. No time to think about your imminent doom. As soon as I am presentable, I head over to the lab. I'm 10 minutes late. It doesn't give a good impression on my first morning. Ah, Spy Kimchi. Good to see you. I was beginning to worry. Did you oversleep on us on your first day? I'm terribly sorry, sir. I think the traveling and all the excitement of yesterday. I take punctuality very seriously. He cuts across my apology. Not to worry, it's perfectly understandable. You'll find I'm quite relaxed about most things, as long as you get the work done. I don't much mind what hours you keep. Thank you, sir. So, shall we get started? My goodness, what on earth happened to you? He's looking at the scratches all over my hands. Oh, I fell and I tried to save myself by grabbing on... That's your excuse? By grabbing onto the bush. Not a secret drinker, are you? Spy Kimchi? Oh yeah, I drank like a whole bottle of booze last night and stumbled my way and fell into a bush. Oh no, sir. I'm a bit of a lightweight, so to tell you the truth... just teasing. We ought to get those hands sorted out, though. They look pretty nasty to me. He goes to the tall metal cabinet in the corner and takes out a bottle of some cotton wool and some cotton wool. He begins cleaning and tending to my hands while he talks. For today, I'd like you to help me with a few tasks around the lab to get the hang of things. But from tomorrow, I'll let you make your own... But from tomorrow, I'll let you make your own choices on how best to carve up your time. Crave? Of course, you are primarily here to carry out your job as my researcher assistant. However, try to make the most of your time on the island. Once your work is complete, we'll be saying goodbye. This is really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so don't waste it all in the lab. Naturally, I need your help around here, but I also like you to get your hands dirty with some fieldwork. Make sure you spend time exploring the island. It's a beautiful place, and there's a lot to see. Take the time and get to know the cats. A full understanding of their behavior is crucial to our research. There's plenty to see and do, however you must be careful not to overwork. Take regular rest and relaxation. We don't want you burning yourself out now, do we? I'll try to get the balance right. That's the spirit. So, there you are. So he's got some cats over here. Are these the missing felines? The missing friends? He's done the first-class job on my wounds, and they aren't bothering me nearly as much. I spend the rest of the day with the professor, getting to know how the various pieces of equipment in the lab work, finding out where everything is, and learning some of the basics duties I will be performing routinely. By the end of the day, I am exhausted and I make my way to my tent. I'm about to flop down on my bed when I see a package poking out from underneath it. It's the reports that Kibbles promised to deliver. The cats were right. The previous person barely made a start on producing an antidote. I'm gutted and worried. What if I can't do any better? Will I just turn into a cat? I decided that's not an option and resolved to get going on my own research into it tomorrow. My instincts tell me that the cats will be a good starting point. I have a feeling they know a lot more than they're prepared to tell me. I need to gain their trust and see if I can get them to open up a bit. I'm sure I make more progress if I focus on one at a time. I am optimistic and I'm optimistic that one-to-one sharing will provide fruitful. It's a small glimmer of hope. Tonight I am not fit for anything. I can barely even write in my journal before I fall asleep. The first morning of waking up on the island. I'm so excited and discover that what the day will bring. Should I jump straight into the lab research? Or maybe it would be wise to start investigating a way to help these cats and find the cure for myself. Perhaps a good starting point would be to get to know the cats a little better on a one-to-one basis. Achievement unlocked. New job. What should I do today? Okay, so I think we're finally into the game portion. What? What does recon mean? Alright. Let me... Hold on one second, y'all. Alright, I think I might stop for now because my voice is getting a little raspy. And I feel like this is a good stopping point for now. But I'll be uploading this on YouTube and I'll probably play more tomorrow. So, if you like it so far, tune in next time. Bye!